Hey, Lions fans, Mark Willoughby coming to you here late on a Saturday night. It's May the 10th, and I know it's been a minute since we brought you a podcast here on the Southeastern Sports Radio Network, but today's a special day. It's not like many others. Anytime you get a chance to win not one, but two championships in the same day, it warrants a special podcast. And just wanted to jump on here and give some shout-outs. Actually, Robbie Rhodes and I plan on doing a full-scale podcast here in the next day or so, kind of to wrap up kind of what's went on this week and talk about other things, spring football, that sort of thing, look ahead to next year. But in the meantime, just a tremendous job by all involved. We'll start with the Lady Lions in softball as they head to Lake Charles and pull off not a miracle by any stretch, but something a lot of folks didn't think they would be able to do. Lost 2 out of 3 to McNeese during the regular season. McNeese has kind of had their number as of late. But Rick Freeman's crew goes into Lake Charles, fall behind in the series 0-1, losing the opener on Thursday, but bounced back last night with a big 2-0 win to set up the showdown tonight, which defied all expectations and maybe the best game of the year in college softball, no question about it. Southeastern fell behind 4-0, rallied back 4-3, then fell down 5-3 in the sixth inning, or the seventh inning, and scored 6 runs in the sixth, 3 in the sixth, and 3 in the seventh to walk off the Cowgirls in Lake Charles. And it's how they did it, which was miraculous. Robbie and I will go into more detail about it later, but you had some overturned calls on the bases. Southeastern had what was thought to be the deciding out at second base was reversed with 2 outs. They knocked in the tying run to tie things up, and then Briley Ford with bases loaded with the walk-off with 2 outs, and she had an 0-2 count on her as well. So Southeastern and Rick Freeman's crew goes to Lake Charles and wins their 48th game of the year and clinches their second straight NCAA tournament berth. And again, just a magical run for the Lady Lions under Rick Freeman. It just continues and continues and continues. And let's face it, the man's a winner, and he's built a powerhouse here in Hammond. Also, big shout-out to Bobby Barbier's baseball team as they head down to Nicholls State. Needed to win 2 against a team that's had their number here the last couple of years. And, of course, the opener were shut out, were run-ruled in that ball game, and you're thinking, oh, my gosh, here we go again, even though Nicholls not having a great year. But get rained out yesterday, which turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Got a chance to regroup, come back today. Had to squeak out one late, 5-4 in the first game. Gave them a little bit of breathing room, and then of course from there just poured it on, pounded the baseball in the second game. Winning 19-4. So Southeastern clinches the number 1 seed in baseball for the conference tournament. So they'll host one of the 4-team pods. And the pods will be, we almost know we don't know Southeastern's opponent. We know 3 of the 4 in the Southeastern pod. And it's basically going to be all Louisiana, it looks like. So you're either going to have, it could be all Louisiana. You're going to have Southeastern number 1 seed. We know number 4 and 5 are set. It's going to be Northwestern State and McNeese. So they'll basically pick up where they left off this week as they just finished playing each other. And then Southeastern's awaiting UNO and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The winner of that game will be over in UTRGV. The loser will be here in Hammond. So that's at Corpus Christi. Corpus won today. So if UNO is able to come back and win that game, then they would go to UTRGV. If they lose, they'll come here to Hammond. So if you're UNO, you probably honestly would probably rather play here. So they may just kind of throw off and not really care because they get a chance to stay home. And then maybe they feel like they match up a little bit better with Southeastern and UTRGV on the road. So you just don't know how that's going to play out. But Southeastern will be the number 1 seed, and they will also play the winner out of that Northwestern State and McNeese game. Is going to be a double elimination 4-team tournament bracket, and the winner will advance to play for the conference championship. The following weekend at Southeastern will be here in Hammond, and there's no way they could not host because they are the number 1 seed. If it's McNeese or Northwestern State, they would go to UTRGV if they're to win. So that's how that is going to play out. In the other bracket, it's going to be Lamar is going to take on Houston Christian, the number 3 and the number 6 seed, and then UTRGV again waiting on the winner of UNO and A&M Corpus Christi. So that's how the conference baseball tournament shakes out. So a lot going on here late in the spring sports season here at Southeastern. And, again, that leads me to my next shout out. And it's obvious, it's J.R. Teagues. I mean, what a job he's done as the athletic director. I know it's a thankless job. Let's face it. You're at a mid-major and you got all the budget constraints. It's tough to keep coaches because, the salaries that are, thrown around in college sports these days obviously have NIL with player acquisition and retention. It's, nearly impossible to run an athletic budget and an athletic staff, and to run it at a high level, at the level he's been able to run it at here the last 10, 12 years since he's been the athletic director, 2013. He just continues to make good hires. You just lost Jeremy White, the volleyball head coach, who had a miraculous run to the NCAA tournament, a couple of NCAA tournaments, and they lose Jeremy to Liberty. And now you got Rick Freeman, who's had just a monster tenure here at Southeastern, just continues to pile up wins, another 48 wins this year. So I know he loves it here, but, there's going to be people calling him, I would think. Bobby Barbier, what a great job he's done, just hired 2 years ago. And, it was a controversial decision to let Matt Reiser go. And, because Matt had a lot of success, but, every job has a shelf life, and, Southeastern moved on, Matt moved on, Jay made a great hire, and Bobby Barbier, I've known a long time and had a chance to scout a lot of his players over the years. And he's assembled an outstanding staff, especially for a mid-major. And he's gotten his players in here in 2 years, and look where he's at. He won a conference championship today. He's going to host the conference tournament and has a chance to get the Lions back in the NCAA tournament. So, again, those are great hires that Jay has made. And let's not forget Frank Selfo is already a legend here in Hammond, and probably a first ballot Hall of Famer when he decides to hang him up here, and just had a monster run in football. And, so just, again, the athletic department of basketball, Ayla Gazzardo, who's moved on to McNeese. Of course, Jay does a great job of, here's Jeff Dow available from UIW. So he just kind of continues to keep the ship moving, and it looks like Lady Lions basketball is going to continue in good hands. So hats off to Jay. And I just wanted to say that on behalf of the Southeastern Sports Network. We appreciate everything you do and have done in your tenure here as athletic director, and just know we appreciate it. Want to make sure our fans understand, just how difficult your job is, and how good of a job you've done. So want to get that said. So anyway, Robbie Rhodes and I will probably the next day or so, we'll kind of recap the spring season in totality. Baseball, softball, touch into football, basketball, obviously. With David Kiefer and obviously Jeff Dow with Lady Lions basketball, and then look forward to the fall because it's going to be here before you know it. We're in May right now, and heck, it's almost middle of May, and next thing you know, we're going to be knocking on the door to football season. So I'm going to try to keep it cranked up and keep the interest up, and keep bringing you Southeastern Lions content. So anyway, that'll wrap it up here on this late Saturday night, May 10th. Just wanted to come on and give some shout outs to Rick Freeman and Lady Lions softball, Bobby Barbier in baseball, and to J.R. Teagues for another great job running the ship here at Southeastern. We'll see you here soon, right here on the Southeastern Sports Radio Network.